Hi you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome for those who are new to the channel. My name is fransica, brackin. Welcome you guys. The word that the Lord gave for me this morning to give to you guys. The word that He gave to me to give to you guys today is so very much amazing, you guys. It's an amazing word, right? And I'm gonna give you it. It came through a movie that I was watching, right? And the movie showed, it was a Lifetime movie, and it showed a young lady that was had this amazing life, and her sister hated her for it because she was favored from small grow up. She was favored from small, even by her parents, grow up, and she turned out to have this amazing life. And her sister, even though she loved her dearly, wanted was to take that life, and a whole plot came about, and she tried to kill her sister in order to get that, right? And it comes out that in the end, it still worked out. All the things she tried, even to poison, to sting her. The Lord gave me so much word inside of that. Before I even jump into the message, I'm going to tell you the ending, and I'm going to give you this little piece of advice, right? The ending up of the movie, right? How she plotted was to kill her sister. She was using her children, the love that her sister had for the children, for her niece, for her nieces, right? Because she had two girls, right? She was using that to to take what it was her sister life, because she feel entitled to it, because her sister always getting everything. But yeah, in the end, she used information that she had over the sister, about the sister, what the sister was allergic to, or whatever it is, was to kill her, right? And the Lord gave me this to give some of you all. I told you guys this in multiple videos before. I told you guys, I say oftentimes it's not the enemy that is going to, that is, that anyone is going to use any kind of information, but oftentimes the information, just like Judas, come from someone that is close to you. Those that know your secret know how best to take you down, right? And the Lord he said, look at how her sister knew this information about her, what was her, how to say, her weakness, and use it to take her life. And the Lord said, for some of you all, you need to open up your eyes. Oftentimes when you are encountering great problems or difficulties or whatever it is always um don't look to, oh, it was this one, or it was that one, or whatever it is. Don't look to your enemies. Look to your friends. Look to who you call your buddy, and your friends, and your family, or whatever. Look to them, because oftentimes they are the one who is behind all of the attacks that is on some of you all, right? I'm not saying to be wherever it is or whatever and suspicious about everything, but the Lord say oftentimes it always someone that is close to you, like Judas was close to Jesus Christ, give information as to where they would be and who he would be. Is the same, right? So the Lord gave me this message, right? And he said it was a through that same movie, he said it's a Cain and Abel kind of situation, right? And he wanted me was to break that down, and he led me even through the story of Joseph and Job to explain something that he wanted some of you all to know, and it is so amazing. I hope I can get it the way how he gave me it, right? So he said it's a Cain and Abel situation, and he said, while looking at the story, what if some of you all who are hated by the Cains that is out there? And when he said the Cains that is out there, he don't mean how to say just your blood family or whatever it is. There is your brothers and sisters in the Lord, or wherever it is. There is other individuals that is Cain, that become Cain. He said, what if the love of your father turn individuals into Cain towards you? What if the reason why some of you all are hated so much is because you is because of something you cannot control. There is evidence of the favor of the Most High that is upon you, or because of something you can't control. He said, out of their wicked heart produce the life that they now hate, and out of your good heart produce the life that you now hate. Goodness and mercy follow you because of that thing that is in your chest, because what you give out is what you receive. You give out goodness and mercy, and you began to get that back in double folds. And some of you all are hated for something you can't create. Your very heart create the life that you had. The lady in the movie was angry with her sister and blamed all the success that she had, or whatever it is, or she was just always getting what she wanted and all of that. And her sister was this kind-hearted individual towards her children and loved that. And the sister, the evil sister, used that to get to her. And the Lord said, what if some of you all, the things that you are hated the most for, the thing that you're hated the most about, is something that you can't change or help about yourself. Favor is upon you because of the thing that, because of who you are, the individual that you are, the heart that is in your chest. And he wanted me was to see this through the eyes of Joseph. He said, look at Joseph. Joseph was in a family where there was so much chains that was in his family, and they tried to take his life for it, and took his life in some sense of the word. He said, because Joseph had a life there. If you look at it, Joseph had a life there with his father that was prosperous. He didn't have to go through all of that, and his father's favor just was upon him, and he was hated for that, and he was thrown. His life was basically taken. That life that he had with his father was basically taken away from him, because of envy and jealousy. And the Lord said, look at the whole situation. He was placed again in a situation, and his good heart, because we look at it and we see all throughout the Bible text that it was showing that, and the Lord was sitting, and favor got him up out of the prison cell, and in Potiphar's grace and in Potiphar's mercy. And then his life was taken again, and done. He was put in this situation, and we ask ourselves this: if we didn't even know, right? I want you to look at this. If you didn't even know that Joseph was going to come out of the pit and go up again, right? If you didn't know that and you just read that part, you would say to yourself, what in the world is going on? What is really going on with Joseph? Why it is that the Lord will allow, oh God, all this to happen to Joseph, that he rise? If we didn't know the ending that Joseph was going to rise up, we would look at it as what in the world is taking place. And he drew me to Job, and he said, look at that. It did not say that the enemy, some of you all are giving the Cains that is in your life too much credit, because it did not say that wherever it is, that even though he used the enemy, why was it that the Lord was the one that was orchestrating everything that Job was experiencing and going through? Why would it be that the Lord was the intricate person behind all of what Job was enjoying and going through? Some of you all think that it is the enemy that is really doing all of this. No, because when you hear at the beginning of Job, the Lord was the one who tell him to go ahead and do this. And we ask ourselves this now: why it is that the Lord, if he loves me so much, why would he even give the enemy, oh God, permission to take everything that belongs to me? What in the world is happening here? And we look at Job's story, and we see a dip, a down and a up, and we see a down and a up. And we look at Job's story, and we see the Lord take this away. We see the Lord take this thing away, and we see the Lord put it back. We see the Lord take this away from him, and we see the Lord put it back. But there was many things inside of it, and many questions that his brothers, that Joseph's friends was posing. Now, if it's a situation, Job, where the Lord is not evil, because why in the world would a good Lord, a good and merciful God, take away your, oh God, everything from you, then it has to be you do something wrong. And the story goes on to say, if we read the beginning of Job, the Lord was in awe over Job's character. He said there was nothing Job was a faultless man. So we know from the beginning of the story that it was not a problem with Job, and we know that the Lord is merciful and is good. So what it is that we are focusing on, that we're supposed to be focusing on, could it be not a question or whether of whether or not the Lord goodness is not a question of the Lord's goodness or Job goodness, but it's a question of what it is that the Lord wants to teach the readers and Job in the circumstances about himself that we aren't clearly seeing yet. Could it be that the Lord wanted us to know that he, oh God, why it is that he put, oh God, he put Joseph down and then he rose him up and then he put him down again and then he rose him up? Could it be that the Lord wanted us to see this thing that many of us aren't seeing yet? He wanted us to see that favor belongs to me, that I'm the one who has life and death. I'm able to give you a life and take it back, because some of you all are crediting your life success to whether or not some foolish king or some foolish person come and envy you and start to cause chaos and destroy everything that you have. Some of you all are giving credit to the enemy, oh God, giving credit to the enemy what belongs to the Lord. Life and death, says the Most High God, belongs to me. Favor belongs to me, and I rest it on anyone as I see it fit. I'm able to take away Job's life, but look, I'm able to also resurrect a new life. Could it be it's not a question as to whether or not? Could it be it's not a question as to whether or not you're good or you're bad, but could it be it's something that the Lord wants us to see? So when bad things happen in our life, we know that he's able to take away, but he's also able to restore. Job said the whole thing about that whole Job story, Job said it in the first half of it. Job said the Lord give it and he take it, but he did not remain with that when that was the answer to the whole thing. The Lord wanted us to see, the readers, those and who, saints of the Most High God, who it is that the Lord wants to use your story to show that he is in control of the low times and the up times, that give not that time when everything taken away. See, the thing is, when you all are afraid that someone take this away from you, then you think that your success or prosperity depend on that person, oh God and my Redeemer, not being vexed with you and want to take it. He said there's always going to be the change that is in your life, but he wanted you to show that even though I put you down, I'm able to set you up also. I'm able to rise you up also. Even though I take you down, I'm able to rise you up also. It's not because the Lord wanted some of us, the readers and some of us that is experiencing this situation, to realize, praise your name, Lord, to realize who have the final say so over your success. If he say, I'm going to favor you, then in hell, wherever the Cain that is in your life place you, if I have to favor you in prison, Joseph, I'm going to favor you in prison. If I want to take you out of it, I'm going to do it. Wherever situation that they place you in, I'm able to resurrect you and pull you out of it, because favor does not rely on whether or not they like you or not. Favor rely on whether or not I am pleased with you. Study to seek yourself approved in the eyesight of the Lord, oh God and my Redeemer, and then you shall have your heart's desire. Don't study whether or not how much people don't like you, because it's not a matter of they liking you, why you are successful or why you are going to prosper or why you are going to make it. But it's a matter of whether or not the Lord is okay with you. And if the Lord say, I favor you, and if I bless you, who can dare curse you? Is whether or not if I bless you, who can dare curse you? It's a matter of that. praising him, Lord. Some of you are giving in fear that this one don't like you and they will take this and they will try to take down your life. Lord said, have you ever think that is whether or not if I like you? That is the question, saints, because the Lord wanted us to know, to see something, that they take away Joseph's prosperity at home with his dad, oh God, and they thought that was the end. They thought they kill him, just like a Cain and Abel situation. They thought that they kill him. Some of you all, they think that they kill you. They take away this, and the Lord place him, and they place him in the prison, and they said that is the end of it. Oh God, and my Redeemer, but the Lord rise him up. And then here comes Potiphar's wife, and she thinks she kill him also. How much people trying, oh God, and my Redeemer, thinking they have your life in your hands. How much people, oh God, putting knife in your back, oh God, and my Redeemer. How much backstabbers, oh God, don't stab you and think that you're dead, but find out that they don't have, oh God, and my Redeemer, the key to death, hell, and the grave, that they ain't have the final say so over your life. How much people, saints of the Most High God, then try to take you out, but realize that favor does not pick, oh God and my Redeemer. Favor is not in their approval, but favor is in the Lord's approval. How much people then realize that they can't curse you? How much people is the Lord trying to show that they realize, oh God, that they can't curse you? How much people, oh God, are you not realizing that they can't curse you? How much, oh God, how much of you all, oh God and my Redeemer, in seeing that they can't curse you? Down in the pit you go. You're dead for surety now. We want to sell it to slavery. You're dead. There's no way going to resurrect. Boom. Pop up in Potiphar's house because the Lord favor him. Do you not know favor will rise you up out of anything? Ah, Jesus. Boom. Went up there again. Oh God, that is it. I'm gonna lie on you, Potiphar's wife, see. Boom. In prison again. That is it. I don't kill you. That was a knife in his back. I don't kill you. Joseph brothers a knife in him. Boom, he raised up. Do you know what the Lord was saying here, saints? I have the final say so on whether or not this one here die or live. And I say this one shall not die but live. So even though you send weapons, you do things to try and kill them, to take their life. Oh God and my Redeemer, I am the one who have the final say so. And I say they shall not die but live to declare the glory of the Lord. When favor is not fair, oh God and my Redeemer, oh God and my Redeemer. I could imagine Joseph's brothers, if they didn't know that that was Joseph that was up there, they would have been surprised to see that, oh God, our weapon, that was a knife, that knife, you see, the thing is betrayal by your brothers. You think to yourself that it was just a physical betrayal, a physical thing that was happening there to Joseph. You can picture the weapon that was in Joseph's spirit, the hurt that he got inflicted in him would have killed anyone else, would have, oh God, would have caused anyone else to turn wicked and cold. Because brothers that I grew up with, that come from the same womb or come from the same father, who we used to wherever cuddle close together, who see, oh God, me as a child grow up. Oh God, these is not strangers that is hurting me, but these are the ones that is hurting me. And you can imagine the emotional turmoil to see them put you in chains and sell you to slave. You can imagine that. That was a weapon that would have killed anyone. But the Lord says, you shall not die but live. Our Lord, He wants some of you all that is experiencing these things to realize it's not about your goodness. What is the Lord telling you in this? It's not about whether or not you're good or whether or not the Lord is good or whatever it is. It's not a question about that. Sometimes we pose the question, we look at we calculate the whole thing. We calculate it. So we calculate the whole thing, that we calculate, we add it up so wrong, when we are supposed, this is not the way you're supposed to add it up. Could it be, it's not a matter of whether or not you good or the Lord good, but whether or not what he's doing or what he's using you to teach others, or what he's trying to show you through all of these circumstances. He dipped you down and he pulled you up. He dipped you down and he pulled you up. He just used them to dip you down and pulled you up. What? Why you keep on dipping me down and pulling me up? Why you keep on taking me out of problems, Lord, and putting me in? Why, Lord? Because I want you to know that I am the one that is able to take you out of anything. I have the final say so. I say favor. Even in your dungeon, I say favor. Even in your worst thing, I'm the one who have it. Don't give my praises or my glory to another. You're giving them too much praise. You're giving your kings too much praise. Ah, Lord. When it's just because the Lord favor you, any circumstances, anything. And the Lord also gave me this. Before I end this message. Excuse me, guys. The Lord also gave me this. He showed me what Job. And he said, don't think. I don't know who is experiencing these things, but he said, don't think your tears and all that you have gone through is for naught. He said he's about to recompensate you so much, so double for the times you cry. He said for the sickness that you endure. He said, I'm going to give you double health for it. For everything for the loss that you endure, I'm going to give you double for your trouble. He said he's going to recompensate you. He ain't just going to give you back your life, but he's going to give you it back double, because you see the things the Lord say, just like when the children of Israel was coming out of Egypt, and you think that for years they wasn't being paid and they was going through slavery and all of that. He said, look at what took place. He said the Egyptian paid them almost all of their wealth. He said because they were being paid for those years that they had was to grind for nothing. Some of you all, says the Most High God, are going to get recompensated for all of those things that you have endured, oh God and my Redeemer, by the hands of your enemy, or because the Lord desire for you to be made as a living sacrifice to teach others through your story. So you go through some stuff because of the calling that is upon your life. Do not think still. David said, take my tears and put it up in a bottle. Do not think that the Lord has not taken your tears and count and see all that you have endured. And don't think that there's not going to be a season where every tear is going to be counted and wealth is going to be added. For every tear that you shed is going to be added to your life, physically and spiritually. Not just with physical wealth, but spiritual wealth. For every single tear that you have endured, for every night that you cry, the Lord said double for your trouble. Stay blessed, stay strong. I hope you understand what the Holy Spirit just now used me to minister to you. Praise His name. Well, I don't know if it come out like preaching or whatever it is. However, He used me to you. If He used me as a teacher, if He used me or whatever it is to you, I hope you understand it. Bye, guys. Praise His name, Lord.